Transport Secretary Heidi Alexander has announced a new £650 million electric car grant.
Yes, the cost of some new electric cars will soon be reduced by up to £3,750, nearly £4,000. That's to encourage drivers to move away from petrol and diesel vehicles. Would that be enough for you at home to switch to electric, or is the infrastructure just not quite there yet?
Let's talk to friend of the show, climate journalist Donnahay McCarthy. Donnahay, good to see you. You couldn't pay me enough money to drive an electric car. I spend half the day looking for my telephone charger. I'm not going to spend the rest of the day looking for somewhere to charge my car. I don't want the inconvenience. I don't want the stress of it. I don't want to think that I'm mining lithium batteries that are being dug in the ground by children over on the other side of the world. Sell it to me, Donnahay.
So you're willing to have children do the battery for your phone, but not for your car. Actually, let's face what's happening today. The serious issue here today is the problem up to now is that middle class and richer drivers have been able to afford to buy EVs, which are cheaper to run. And what we need to do is ensure lower income drivers have access to this saving as well. And that's why I'm glad about the announcement today, is that the announcement is aimed at lower income drivers. If only cars under £30,000 can benefit from it. The cheapest EV now is around £15,000. So with the grant, you're talking about £11,000 for a driver now to get on the road with an EV, which means that they can benefit from cheaper to run and cleaner cars on our roads, which is good for kids. Britain has one of the highest levels of asthma in Europe. The fact that these cars are cleaner means that will mean our roads, our air is cleaner, and that's better for our kids as well.
Donnahay, you say it's good for kids, but in actual fact, the amount of times I've been walking down the road with my boys and I see, before I hear, an electric car whizzing past, they are almost totally silent, and I'd argue much more worse for road safety than, say, I don't know, one of my favoured gas-guzzling 4x4s.
Well, the issue for safety, of course, is there, and what we need to do with safety is ensure we have LTNs and 20-mile-per-hour zones across all our urban areas. We should be moving away from cars, ideally, in urban areas. I agree with you. That makes our roads safe for kids.
I didn't say that.
In cars, we need cleaner cars and cheaper to run. And I think this is a good step today to enable poor drivers to access that. The other thing the government has done today, which I think is good for poor drivers, is that it's fine if you've got, two-thirds of drivers can charge at home, but if you don't have a driveway, that's been a problem. And the government is giving grants today to councils to enable to put in gullies for people who don't have driveways to have EV cars as well. I would say the one thing the government isn't doing today, which I think they should do, is they should remove the 20% VAT on poor drivers who don't have driveways. It's outrageous that rich drivers with driveways are paying 5% VAT. Poor drivers who have to charge on the road are paying 20% VAT, and that's not fair. That needs to change.
I like the fact that you've brought in the haves and the have-nots, because that is a massive part of this discussion for me in terms of the cars. I'm just looking at the cheapest EV that you mentioned then, about £15,000. The most expensive, I mean, they go up to hundreds of thousands of pounds if you want to buy a top-of-the-range Tesla or whatever. But your cheap EV has got a range of 100 miles or 85 miles is as far as you're going to get in your cheap EV on a battery, and an expensive car will take you a lot further. That means, surely, Donnahay, the rich can travel to France if they want. The poor might be lucky to get to the supermarket and back.
Well, the new Nissan Leaf, which is at the lower end of the market, and is actually aimed at the lower end of the market, is coming on stream this summer, and that will have a range of 375 miles, which I think addresses the issue you rightly raise. The vast 70% of journeys in Britain are under 5 miles, so a range of 375 miles is, I don't know, 100 times more than the average width of a car.
We've got to go, unfortunately. Thank you, though, for being with us. Really appreciate it. I like the smell of unleaded petrol too much, so I'll stick with that, I think.
Smell of my childhood.
Yeah, back in a sec.